What's up, everybody? This is Z from Code on Maintenance, and coming on here hoping I can help somebody go through their A&P courses or transitioning into civilian world, right? Because we're not all going to stay in the military forever, right? So, comment below if you want to stay in and be there until 80 years old doing aircraft maintenance and in the military wise. I have met some 70 people hitting 80 years old right now, just doing great. You wouldn't even think they were 75 years old working on aircraft. These are like Vietnam vets, still spry, working on aircraft. Once in a while, still taking beatings from propellers or the wing. I've seen it in person with my own eyes, helping some guys, some of these old guys out. But they're super knowledgeable, love it. But for the military guys, you know, just about every military has an age limit. All right, even the Spartans had an age limit. I want to say they was actually 65 years old. And it was like, dude, you're done. You need to go home. So uh, most of us, the military is the first civilian job you've had. You know, that's I remember when I've been in the military, even back in early 2000s. This was their first job. They never had a job before. You know, and some of us, we've been working since 12, 13, maybe even younger. Some of you guys were probably smoking cigarettes at 9 years old or 8. Sneaking and getting your dad's chew and stuff like that. But uh, I just, but I don't discount the new generation. I think they're a lot smarter, more socially aware of things, not just because of the EI stuff, but also like they know what's fair, and they're very smart about that. And this is just something that leadership has to adjust a bit to understand. Like these guys they're coming in smart. They have supercomputers since they were born in their hands, so they're very smart. But unfortunately, we all gotta transition. You know, change a different path. A lot of us we stay in aviation maintenance or we go into something different, right? And so my mission is to help for the guys who want to stay in, or not stay in, but want to stay in aviation maintenance because it's a great career. You had those skills, right? And it's not a good reason for you to stay in this field because it is very demanding. It is very rewarding because, for me in the military, it was, I get to see these war machines do its mission, even if it's just training. These pilots are dependent on us to provide them a great product, a great service to go do their training. Because even if it's training, it's super important because that improves their readiness. And having that type of mindset, it helps us have that, purpose to keep going. And, I did it for 15 years total, 14 active, 1 year reserve, like even being in the back, and plus I just loved turning a wrench. And there was always something new. I wish I could work on every aircraft. Give me about 2, 3 years. If he couldn't let me be promoted to say, E6, E7, E8, and I can just stay turning a wrench, working on every aircraft, knowing like the cool. Because as I got older, I was just more. I remember I was being more curious about what's the actual mission of this aircraft, right? Especially when I went over to going from F-16 to A-10s, and I remember doing these little other missions that for rescue. Just hey, they needed some bodies for a rescue mission. Can you go out and in Korean mountains and just go look for the good guys, right? Just for training, for SEER training and stuff like that. And I thought it was pretty cool, and it kind of opened my eyes to like, oh, even the training is important because the training, like how these pilots are going to do their thing, right? Because it wasn't just helicopter swoops in, picks them up, and goes out. No, you have A-10s ready. You have, they had to, clear the area as well. They have F-16s above in case for, more messed up situations. And and then here comes the helicopters because they're gonna need F-16s and A-10s to, have their backs as well. And here comes the helicopters to come rescue.